Sit still. We are getting there. There we go. The worst part is that you can't set this up prior to, so it's like...
you gotta do the watch party beforehand.
Yeah.
Or afterwards. Just so you know, we're trying to get Carly to angle the camera properly. It's much easier for her to use a studio camera.
Gee, thanks. Okay. Okay.
Hello.
There we go. I hate the fact that we have to, like, set it up.
The way we do. I know. Where in the world?
Hi, Stephanie. What?
No, I'm looking at the delay. It's the weirdest thing.
No, because I was holding the camera.
Oh, okay.
I was holding, when I was helping, because I was trying to set that up.
Oh, okay.
I was holding it.
Okay. Well, welcome to Kibbitz Time with Mommy and Munch. And we are still talking about the 2019 New England 3-Day.
Day 2 this time.
Day 2. Day 2 was roughly 17 miles. And you probably haven't seen them yet because I haven't posted them yet. Who just came online to wave? Or is that you waving at us?
I've already said hi to Stephanie.
No. Who's at the bottom that waved?
Me.
Oh, okay.
That's at the bottom saying, wave to Carly.
Oh, okay. I'm waving to Carly. It's telling me it's 9:30.
Oh. You started waving at me and all of a sudden I hear vibration.
Well, I got my Fitbit set up with certain time stoppers. I removed most of them except for like 2. Are we boring you again, dear?
No, it happens every single live. Like, the yawn never comes until we go on live.
What does that say about me?
Nothing.
So, day 2 was... Stop that. Not everybody needs to know you're tired. Did you tell Joshua you were alive?
Would you like me to?
You're more than welcome to, so that
Would you like me to?
Sure.
Am I allowed to use my phone?
Long enough to tell your friends that you're live. So, day 2, while she's doing her doohickey thingy over there, day 2 was roughly 17 miles, which was kind of profound considering mile 17 was for Stephanie. I wore over my my spandex for the day. I wore, does everybody remember the Spartans boxer shorts we all had?
Boxer shorts. Those weren't boxer shorts.
Those were boxer shorts.
Boxer shorts are ones that go down to like here.
Well, those
boxer shorts are those. You had short shorts that went there.
There were men's underwear boxer shorts. Could you please put your leg down? Thank you very much. That had the Spartans, Framingham North High School, class of 89 Spartans on it. So I wore those special for Stephanie. And that was, kind of an important day. I wish I could say the same for the walk itself. It was a rather boring walk, day 2. They had us walking into Newton.
I take offense to that.
Well, during the walk itself. We'll get to you. But they had us walking through Newton and neighborhoods and Brookline and no place that was open. Just everything was neighborhoods. Which, there was no community support. There was nobody out there cheering. So it got kind of boring.
Hi, Stephanie.
But just so people are clear, Carly's saying hello to her friend Stephanie, not the Stephanie Mommy is talking about. Sorry. That's okay. so there were a lot of walking through neighborhoods, and, me, I need hustle and bustle. I got swept a couple of times, one because my foot needed it, and then another time I was sticking with my friend Gina, who helped me raise the flag the night beforehand. She wasn't feeling well, so I stuck with her up until we got to a point where she yelled at me to get off the sweep van. She yelled at me. She's like, "You can walk. I'm not gonna leave you." She yelled at me to walk. When we passed, I want to say it was BC. BC, because it's right on the sea line, the Coolidge line.
Boston College?
Maybe it was, no. Well, BC is Boston College, yeah, but it was right along the sea line for the Green Line. Some of the students came out, to support, but it really was like,
As they're getting, out of class or something?
No, it was Saturday.
Some people do have Saturday classes in college, remember?
You're right, but it looked like it was a little organized cheer station, though.
And you're mad about that?
No, that was one of the few places that had one. And then they had us taking the park straight in to the parks, and I got to the hotel. Now, I can see about 3 blocks up. And I'm like, yep, that's her. And I'm warning everybody, there's about to be a 16-year-old running at us.
But I was already sprinting as she was halfway to say.
Because she said she saw my fanny pack.
She's in a sea of white this time. And so the only way I was able to tell it was her was by the fanny pack. You can't miss it. It's a big maroon fanny pack. You can't miss it.
And,
something in my eye.
It's a marker for me then, isn't it?
Yes. Next time though, if you do this walk again and I go into visit and I'm there hours earlier, you get a separate key, so it's waiting for me at the front desks.
Well, that's what Jennifer suggested, but
next time,
next year, you're gonna be walking with me.
Uh-huh.
If you're not falling asleep on me, sit up.
I'm sitting.
Who? What? I can't keep track of what you're doing versus what somebody else is doing. So, Carly's also excited because the cheerleaders at GLTS, every day the coaches are picking a cheerleader to highlight.
It just,
And today was Carly's day.
Yeah, it just it's not even a highlight. It's just
it introduces. Yeah, this is who I am. This is my grade. This is what I do for shop.
I'll read it real quick. Just 5 seconds.
Just so we're all aware.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, show them on the screen.
So that's my picture. Shout out to my coach for taking an amazing picture of me. And it says name Carly Jones, team varsity game cheer, nickname iCarly. I have lots of others, but iCarly is the one that we wrote. Grade junior, shop graphic communications, years of cheering 2. Favorite part of cheer, being a part of a family and having fun. Position in cheer, back spot. Future dreams, I hope to become a special education teacher or just a teacher in general. My favorite quote is everything happens for a reason. Because it's the truth. Everything does happen for a reason. Okay.
So,
I'm clearing this. It's bothering me.
What do you clear? Oh, the other notifications?
Yeah.
So she comes running towards me. I wish I had my camera set up because it was so sweet to see her running towards me. And she jumped me and gave me a huge hug.
I didn't jump you because then you would have fallen over, but I did hug you.
Yes, she gave me a huge, huge hug, which was rather sweet. And then I think we took a picture. I'll post it when I actually get to posting day 2 pictures. There were a couple of costumed folks hanging out at the hotel, wishing everybody well as they walked in.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I didn't see no. Oh. I can't pull it up because it's not on your phone.
Right. But they looked like ladies out of like 1800s France kind of a thing, if I'm remembering properly. And we got a picture taken with them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went upstairs to my room and I became human again. We went to...
Then she decided where she wanted to go 15 million different times.
I was excited
I want to go to camp. Wait, no, I want to go get food. Wait, no, I want to go get a massage. Wait, no, I want to go take pictures. Wait, no, I want to get a snack. Wait, no. Let's just go to camp. Are you sure? Yeah. Wait, no. We gotta go to the remembrance. Wait, no. We gotta go to medical. Wait, no. It reminded me of a movie I watched called 5 Feet Apart, where the girl just comes out of surgery and she calls the boyfriend, "Call me, 'cause I miss your voice. But don't call me, 'cause I just got out of surgery. But call me, 'cause blah, blah, blah. But don't call me."
What? It's like dealing with her on a daily basis.
No, I actually make decisions. See, I can make a decision right now. I can make the decision to stop holding my shirt. See how long I last.
Not very long.
Bet. Let's go.
So, I became human again, and there was a lot to see and do. She helped stretch me out, which I needed.
What? You're mean.
And then, in all seriousness, we went...
Have my tears from my eyes, from my yummy.
We went into the remembrance room, and we took some beautiful pictures that I will be posting. In the remembrance room, there were two things to sign. One was a tent to represent the fact that in some of the walks they still do camp tenting.
And one was a long banner.
A long banner. And I did put Stephanie Framingham North High School 89 on both of those in her honor. We did go to the medical room for me to get my foot looked at. I had my foot looked at several times.
Are you cold?
No, I'm not cold.
I'm freezing.
Okay.
That's not good.
Well, that just means you're tired, probably.
Well, that's alright.
Why don't we stop whispering?
I'm cold.
um,
I'm fighting the urge to grab my shirt so I can prove to you I don't gotta grab my shirt.
And then from there we went to have dinner. And they did the remembrance ceremony during dinner. Will you please stop picking at your eyelashes? We're talking about some like really important
No,
stuff.
there was something in my eye. It was a beautiful ceremony. I'll say the comment I liked at the end though.
How would you describe the remembrance ceremony?
It was exactly how it said. It's a ceremony to remember people, but it was heartfelt. You had the youth crew saying why they like committed to helping out, and then you had.
Why don't you explain what the youth crew is?
You can go into depth on that tomorrow.
Okay.
Then you had the friends or family members of people who fought and lost, talking and speaking. Some of them, I think there was like one that had their wife who had fought and won, and he had spoke in honor of her and everything. And then they had like a whole slideshow of different walkers or people who had fought and either lost or won, and reasons why they committed. And then all of a sudden they had us pick up a candle. It wasn't even like a real candle. It was like one of those battery powered ones. They had us pick it up. We turned it on and we raised it, and they turned off the lights. It was beautiful. if it didn't feel disrespectful, I would have grabbed my phone and taken a picture. But it felt very disrespectful in my mind to do that. But if you beg to differ next year, then.
No, I agree with you. It was more important to participate in the ceremony
than to be grabbing my phone going, jeez.
Exactly.
And then they had us yell something. They was like, we will never quit.
Yeah. And
we all yelled it. And then the one funny thing that, like, I don't know who said it, but it's just, it was funny at the time, and it was something that needed to fit in.
Yeah.
We all yelled, we won't quit, and then someone yelled after everyone went silent. It was like, I'm done with this shit. And, like, because she was done with the whole thing about breast cancer. Like, she wanted to know that people would find a cure. So, it was something where, like, you would have probably had to be there to, like, witness it and, like, understand, like, how...
Right, it wasn't ha-ha funny as much as it was the right
thing
humor
said.
To say at the right time.
Exactly. There's some times where you're like, you shouldn't say that, but this person knew, like, yeah, it's something to say.
And something also about it with some, it's funny because when Gina and I were walking, one of the many talks we were having when we were walking was the fact that we found that not a single person associated with the walk, whether it be a walker, a crew person, a safety person, medical staff, not a single person directly associated with the walk
was pissed off about something.
Was not even so much pissed off about something.
A jerk.
Exactly.
Didn't.
Nobody was a jerk along the way. The only jerks we ran into
were people who weren't walking.
Exactly.
And the thing about that is that if you're going to be a jerk when it comes to something like that, you don't walk. It's plain and simple.
Yeah.
What's the point of walking if you're going to be a jerk about something like that?
And people are like, well, why do something like this instead of a 5K? A 5K is easy.
This is hard. You're actually committing. You're raising the money. It's a severe amount to be able to help raise so that it goes straight towards helping with finding the cure. And then...
and it doesn't go just to finding a cure.
It helps with other, like, stuff, like necessities. Some people who are in the hospital might need, like, a change of clothes, and it helps with that. Insurance. It helps with pretty much
it helps so
anything
that
that's needed at the time.
Yeah. It helps also so that people who need to make a choice between a bag of groceries and paying for their chemotherapy, they can pay for the chemotherapy, and Komen will give them the bag of groceries.
Exactly.
Because nobody should have to choose between chemotherapy and a bag of groceries.
It honestly didn't matter if you didn't get enough sleep the night before, or if you woke up at the wrong side of the bed, or you just couldn't hack walking anymore, and you just didn't want to be there anymore, and you were homesick. No one had a bad attitude about them.
No, not at all. And that's one of the reasons why I choose to do a longer walk like the 3-day versus a 5K.
Because you also make memories, and you make friends, and you have connections that you'll have with someone over 3 days.
That'll turn on into the rest of your life. Then
a connection you'll have with someone over the course of, how many miles is a 5K?
Isn't it like 3.25 miles?
Like 3.25 miles. You're like, oh, yeah. Let's talk while we go. And then,
it's done.
It's done. There's no more. Usually, like, with the 3-day, you're like, oh, you're my walking buddy? Let's exchange numbers so that, like, we can meet up or something. It's like, you actually have an actual experience.
I'm still friends with Michelle from when I did the 39 last.
Michelle, you better come this year.
I'll tag her on this so that she can see that.
Have her skip to whatever number.
Yeah. And I met Gina, and we rose the flag, and I actually reached out to her today to text her, because believe it or not, it was just a week and a day ago that the walk ended. Mm-hmm. And it feels like 6 months. And that's how in depth you get, to know somebody.
Mm-hmm. And they make it also easier to, like, they they let you have hotel accommodations. So you're... It's so weird.
She got a notification on her own
Daddy's
personal
on.
thing. Yeah. Oh, okay. Hi, Daddy.
You get hotel accommodations, so you're not, if you don't like camping, you don't gotta worry about camping.
Or in my case, where I used to get the hotel independently, instead of camping, I don't have to worry about it because they found you're like sitting there, you're like, oh my God, you're raising $2,300 per person and you're spending all this money on hotels.
Why don't you just raise the $2,300 and we'll give you the ability to get the hotel?
Right. And so the reason why they did it is because it takes a lot of resources to get tents, to transport them from place to place, because when they did tent camping, you would walk 20 miles, tent someplace at night, walk another 20 miles while you're walking, somebody's taking the whole camp apart, moving it up another 20 miles and dropping the camp again. So instead of that, they found that it was more cost effective for them to do it through a hotel. Plus, not for nothing, there's shower, there's, clean running water. It's so much easier to get up at night when, at 5 o'clock in the morning when you've been sleeping in a decent bed all night long as opposed to on an air mattress.
Yeah.
And then situations like we had the remnants of Hurricane Dorian that came through. I slept right through it. I was in a hotel room. I didn't need to worry about it. As opposed to...
You were properly sheltered as opposed to a tent where you'll hear the whole... And you'll probably get the wind and the rain and...
Well, they probably would have evacuated us out to like an armory or something to stay there overnight. They usually do something like that when that's the case.
Still, it's still a matter of the perspective.
Exactly.
Let's get on to it.
So, I got, while we were there, they gave little door hangers, and we have one now for each one of our rooms.
It says, I committed 3 days, 60 miles to end breast cancer. And on the other side, because people were hanging these on their doors when they were sleeping, was, resting up to end breast cancer. So, at hotels, you'll sometimes get the whole do not disturb door hangers. Well, we got these ones so that you put them on.
So we're going to put these on our doors at home so that at night we'll say, shh, resting up. And during the day, it'll work much better, when we start doing our training walks with Josie next year.
Yeah.
Yeah. 14-mile training walks. It's, believe it or not.
And then I'm going to get to school and people are like, why are you tired?
It's not as difficult as it seems, in all honesty. Walking 60 miles, and Josie said it, I'm going to tag her on this. Walking 60 miles over the course of 3 days, well, they call them Komen miles, because I think when all was said and done, it was really like 57 miles over the course of 3 days. But considering all the walking you do around inside the tents, and, well, not the tents, but the pit stops and everything, I figure I easily racked up another 2 or 3 miles doing that.
I can still see a ton of my friends when I come in the following day from school, whether it be for shop or academics, and I'm looking at them, and I'll be like in gym or something, and they're like, we're gonna do Pilates, like, or like, I'm gonna walk into class, and someone's gonna look at me, and I'm gonna be falling asleep in class, and be like, why are you so tired? I'm sorry, I got up early so I could train to end breast cancer. What did you do this weekend?
It's a good reason to sit on the couch for a while, though. It's a good reason to sit on the couch.
Mm-hmm. Let's see how I fall back.
But we went into the remembrance tent. We had mac and cheese. It was pretty decent mac and cheese, wasn't it?
It was like the bow tie pasta with like cheese that was like melted. It was good.
We went into Main Street. I got one card. Maybe next time somebody will send us a card. I got one card, and, picked up the mail and looked around. We took Amden, I think it's called, Bone Research Study, and we each got their Wickaway towels, almost like a washcloth, and everybody used them.
Like sweat cloths.
Yeah, I used it. I wish I had it during the training walks because I was schwitzing like a kosher pig when we were doing the training walks.
I have it this year.
And so we both have them now. So we could use them during training, and then if necessary, we can use them during the walk because the walk will be in mid-August, which is very different from early September. And I'm getting the wrap it up. I normally get that when I'm behind in front of a real camera, not in front of a...
Well, now you're getting it when you're in front of a phone camera.
But again, we are 57 weeks out. Is that what I have? We are... You have to cross it out. Actually not even 57. We are 48 weeks out this week.
Oh my gosh.
And because of that, we still have $4,500 to raise in order for both of us to be able to walk. Another thing that I had gotten when you came into the other room with me, when we met up with the team on that night and took a bunch of team pictures.
You got the...
Yeah, I don't even remember who handed this to me, but it was a little inspirational card. You want to...
It says, an inspired life, and then, if it's both terrifying and amazing, then you should definitely pursue it. And then... What's that say? Keep working, you got...
Keep walking, you got this.
Oh.
And then it says Phyllis.
I did not think that said that. Well, my mom just read it, so... Yeah. Okay. Wrap it up symbol again.
I'm going to hold on to this forever. I'll probably tape it onto the inside of the pink Bible.
Let's hope you don't lose the pink Bible. I understand that, but like when you're like finish next year, and if you don't do it again the following year, you don't know if you'll lose it or not.
No, I'll just need a new pink Bible. So I will wrap it up because somebody's tired. You tired? Thank you for joining us on Kibbitz time. She had a full day of school and then went to dance, and my tata is a little tired. So thank you for joining us for Kibbitz time and talking a little bit about day 2 of the tree day with us and yawning along the way. She honestly is not being disrespectful to who we remembered along the way during the second day.
Honestly not.
And I look forward to posting some of those pictures soon. And if you could please help us raise my $2,300, so that once we know we've raised my $2,300, we can focus on Carly's $2,300. And the goal is to have both of us raise money by April at the latest, so that we can just concentrate on the training, because having to do both at the same time can be slightly exhausting and overwhelming. So if you wouldn't mind helping us out, once my $2,300 is raised, we're going to cut the fundraising on my stuff, and everything will be done through the Facebook page for Carly, so that we can raise her $2,300. If you have a small business, if you could please sponsor us, it would be greatly appreciated. We're going to try to do, pizzeria fundraisers and maybe go back to Fuddruckers again where it's a little cooler out. Maybe more people will be apt to want to have a cheeseburger. And, you know, I know a couple of other friends who had hosted a few fundraisers, and we're going to give those a little bit more attention this time if they're willing to do that again. So thank you a lot for joining us on Kibbitz Time. We will hopefully talk to you tomorrow. Maybe, hopefully. Depends on how well Tatula can handle it. Until then, have a good night.
Night.